Hey everybody, I'm live. It's John Hope Bryant. The topic for this moment is making smart sexy. We've been making dumb sexy for too long. This comes from a conversation I had with my man Quincy Jones. Quincy says it takes 20 years to change a culture. In the last 20 years, we've made dumb sexy. We've dumbed down and celebrated it. And we've got to make smart sexy again. So what do I mean by that? So, by the way, if you add comments, I'll respond to you. I'll try to be engaged with you in the conversation. Feel free to weigh in, ask questions. I will be glad to answer it when I see them. And if I miss you live, you can leave the comments, and I'll try to come back to it between my meetings and everything else I'm doing, trying to run companies. And trying to run Operation Hope. So, a few years ago, Diesel Jeans had a campaign. I'm not jacking up Diesel Jeans. It was their campaign. I'm just mentioning a fact. They had a campaign called dumb. It was dumbing down basically, but it was like make dumb sexy or dumb is cool. And I'm like, only in America would we allow such a model. It was like on the side of their buildings, right? Be stupid. That's what it was. Be stupid. At least you know I'm not using cue cards. I'm just talking to you. The campaign was called Be Stupid, and we just walked right past it in Manhattan, downtown Manhattan. That wouldn't work in China. It wouldn't work in Africa. Any place where people are excited about education, but we just thought it was, oh, that's cool. Be stupid. It was like an insult, right? So let's look at this. Let's look at what's happened. Because back in the early 1920s, if you were African American, you were wearing suits. You were suited and booted. You could be a janitor, and you were wearing a suit. By the way, I see that Michelle lost her feed. I want you to try to come back into the conversation. Because it's definitely live. So what happened? Where do we lose our storyline? When I go into a classroom, an inner city classroom, I'll notice 35 kids in school, 30 kids. When I was growing up, 30 kids wanted to learn, 5 kids acting like a knucklehead. You knew who they were. Today, it's 30 kids act like a knucklehead, 5 kids ashamed to admit they want to learn. That's a problem, right? We used to be suited and booted, right? Now, the uniform is pants down to your knees. I'm not even sure how these cats walk like this, right? No belt, no tennis shoes. This raggedy white shirt, this raggedy fake gold fake gold chain. It just kills me. Like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. You do realize that not wearing a belt comes from prison. They take the belt from you so you don't hang yourself. It's suicide watch. Not wearing laces in your tennis shoes, it comes from prison. They remove the tennis shoes from you, the laces in the tennis shoes, so you don't hang yourself. It's suicide watch. So it's like, yo, man, what's up? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying. People, oh, well, you're talking white. No, I'm speaking English, all right? You go to Japan, you speak Japanese. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Sumimasen for my bad Japanese. You go to China, you speak Chinese. Shei. You go to South Korea, you speak Korean. Gamse hamnida, right? You go to Mexico, you speak Mexican. You come to the United States, you learn to speak English. You're not talking white, you are articulating. So how are we going to get a job, right? How are we going to compete? How are we going to be a role model for our children? Watch how you live your life. It may be the only Bible that anybody else reads. So we have a problem because we're brilliant, we're amazing, right? But we have come to this unfortunate conclusion that somehow being dumb is cool. And all these music videos that I'm watching, right? It used to be, it was about love and it was a message in it, right? Now it's just like, yo, that's my Bentley. Yo, that's my house. This is my B. And I'm not talking about B. I mean, they're calling the lady a name. And we somehow think this is cool. Now, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade, but I'm saying that we have got to raise our level of excellence. So here's my life. Here's what I'm going to suggest we do. Here's how we make smart sexy so everybody can do it in their own way. Not my way. Do it in your own way. Here it is. Here's the formula. It's 1 to 10. 1 to 5 is mediocrity. The Bible suggests be hot or be cold. If you're lukewarm, I'll spat you out. Translation, even God doesn't like mediocrity. Right? 5 to 7 is entertainment. Guys, it's the lady you date but you don't marry. Ladies, that's the guy you see in the club. You have a nice time, you know, right? And leave him there, right? Don't marry him unless you check his credit. Or as my dad would say, his credit. And 8 to 10 is excellence, right? Not black excellence, not white excellence, not Latino excellence, not Asian excellence, not Indian excellence. It's just excellence. So we can't be black for a living anymore, or any other race, right, for a living. We can't be victims. We're not victims, right? We are victors, right? We need to come to life with a sense of excellence, and we need to hold our kids to a higher standard. So we have been making dumb sexy for a long time, and now it's become the norm, right? You see somebody wearing a suit in the hood, right? And it's like, what's wrong with you? So whenever I go into an inner city classroom and I see we're at just under 6 minutes, I'm going to tell you a couple stories and I'm going to let you go so we can wrap it up well before the 9-minute mark. When I go in inner city school, I'm dressed just like this. And so here's what happens. I went into an Oakland school, toughest school in Oakland, right? Everybody's talking, laughing, whatever, throwing stuff. I had 700 people in the auditorium, 700 young people. I walk in, suited and booted, right? Just like this with a suit on. By the way, Black Taylor, Ryan Taylor, of Drove Clothing, Ryan Mack works for me, makes my shirts and makes my suits. Minority-owned company, use them, they're fantastic. So I walk in and principal will say, be quiet. I said, no, let them talk, it's cool. I stood in the middle of the auditorium, didn't say a word. Within a minute, you could hear a pin drop. So these kids are not dumb. They understood I came there ready to have a serious conversation. So I find the toughest guy in the room. I go to him. He's like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? He was dressed in the uniform like I just told you. Raggedy white shirt, raggedy, jeans down his pants, down his knees. And I walked up to him and said, hey, man, what's your name? Yo, man, my name's Joe. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Joe, in this example, you're 40. All right? You work for IBM. You're very successful. You have a mansion, all right? You live in a mansion. Oh, yeah, man, that's cool. You've got a daughter. She's 18. You love your daughter? Yeah, man, if I had a daughter, I love my daughter. Okay, cool, man. Would you do anything for your daughter? Man, I'd do anything for my daughter. If I love my daughter, if I had a daughter, I'd do anything for my daughter. Would you die for your daughter? Man, if I had a daughter, I'd die for my daughter. Okay, cool. I like you, my kind of man. All right, cool. Knock on the door. You walk in the front door. You open the door of your mansion. On the front steps is a brother. He's standing there. Yo, man, what's up? You know what I'm saying? He's got a tattoo on his neck. He's got gold teeth in his mouth. Okay? If you're not laughing, you should be. All right? He's got no high school diploma. He's dropped out of high school. He's got a public record. I mean, he's gone to prison. He's got no job. As my dad would say, a job. And he says this, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I want to marry your daughter. I love your daughter, man. You know what I'm saying? I came here for your permission. I said, Joe, what do you have to say about this young man? He said, man, you better get off my porch. You better bounce. Get out of here. Everybody laughs in the auditorium. I said, hey, Joe, great. That's fantastic, man. Great answer. Let me ask you a question. You should be laughing, Rakita. Let me ask you a question. Why is it not good enough for your daughter, but it's good enough for you? Joe never thought about it that way. It's what we don't know that we don't know that's killing us, but we think we know. He's just been doing whatever it is he does, as they say. He changed. He became my policeman that whole day. I never said another word to anybody else in that session. He was the cool factor, and he changed his life. Now, I'll give you one last story about Detroit. I'm in Detroit. We're teaching financial literacy in inner city schools, and we're teaching this session, and the guy's wearing a suit, the instructor. And so by the second session, the young man raises his hand. Third section, he comes into the school with the only suit that he. By the way, you guys enjoying this? If you're not enjoying this, let me know. Put in the comments, say stop. Okay, I'm not doing this for me. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. So the third session, he wears a suit, and the young man. By the fourth session, he graduates. He's walking down the hall, his suit on. His friends tease him. Hey, man, what you doing with that suit on, man? What you doing hanging around with those little boring people, man? You need to hang out with us, right? You need to come hang out with us. We cool. And so I go to him. I see that he's having some negative energy. I said, look, I'm going to give you and your friends $70 each. Make a decision about Nike. You have 3 minutes. He said, man, hey, no. We don't need 3 minutes, man. We don't need 3 minutes. We do it right now. Nike, we want us some Air Jordans. So prove they're not stupid. They know Nike makes Air Jordans. I said, you also need another $30. I'm not giving you $100 for Air Jordans. I'm giving you $70. but they were very smart. So then then the young man says, Derek says, I want to buy one share of Nike stock. The kids, what do you think the kids did? The kids said, thank you guys for saying you enjoyed the conversation. Okay, we're yeah, real talk. We are telling the truth and engaging. If you have questions for me, ask me before we wrap this up. So the kids jump on Derek. Hey man, what you doing? Talking about some little stupid stock. We don't know stock, man. You need you some Air Jordans. Everybody in school's got Air Jordans. Purple Air Jordans. Fuchsia Air Jordans. You know, I think they said like tiger stripe Air Jordans. Everybody's got Air Jordans, man. You want to be cool? You got to get you some Air Jordans. So I go to defend Derek's honor. And Derek says, no, it's cool. I want them to buy those shoes. Because when they do, they're making me money. Hello. What's the message? There's a difference between being broke and being poor. Being broke is economic, but being poor is a disabling frame of mind and a depressed condition of your spirit. And you must vow never to be poor again. Derek might be broke from time and again, but now that Derek's got knowledge and intellect, and the word capital comes from the Latin root word capitas, knowledge in the head. Once you have that, no one can take it from you. No one. You are self-empowered. And young Derek is making smart sexy again. I'm sure that somebody enjoyed teasing Bill Gates growing up in school. You see, you guys can tell I'm really giving you everything I got. I'm sweating up here. I'm not sweating because I'm nervous. I'm sweating because I'm passionate about this. I'm into this, right? To me, this is the whole ball game, right? How we operate our lives. What do we do with our lives? And you got to be all in, right? You can't be half pregnant in life. You got to die empty, right? I can sleep when I'm dead. You got to jump into this deal and live your life full, whole, and complete. Don't let anybody hold you back, tie you down, or say what you can't, or keep you out, say what you can't do. So, which means we cannot handicap ourselves, right? So young Derek is making smart sexy again. Ryan Taylor that I mentioned earlier, making smart sexy again. You commenting here, changing the way you think and then affecting somebody else is changing the world. One person at a time. We can do this. We can take our communities back. Young Derek understands that real poverty is in the head, is in the heart, is in the soul. And nobody can hurt you unless you give them permission, unless they got you tied down. It's not what people, and never answer out of your name, and argue with a fool proves there are two. All right, I think I'm out. Glad that you guys have enjoyed this. I see the comments. I'm going to make sure I respond to each and every one of them. And I see this one lady, Shantae Ross, says, I'm going to make sure my son watch all of these. He's 10. That's cool. Love it. Renewing my mind. That's Justin May. That's cool. Values and priorities. That's Bridget Tripp. That's cool. And Tiffany. I know Tiffany from Tennessee. She says, keep going. So it looks like you guys were into this. I see somebody from Detroit, Justin May, and my cousin Rakita, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so we're gonna keep this conversation going. I'm gonna do a whole series on leadership, life, love, how the poor can save capitalism, how you can save yourself and then save somebody with you. Peace, love, and light. This is the longest one I've done so far, so hopefully I didn't bore you. You never want to be the old guy in the club. So I'm out. Peace. Bye.